So we're gonna move on to just being in single leg X. I wanna really quickly cover conceptually how I keep myself safe in this position. So I'm just gonna enter single leg X right here. You can drop the knee to the ground. Right here. This position by itself can be very hard to maintain. And I don't think of it as a position where you wanna be there all day like a lasso or a spider or lapel. For me, single leg X is like okay, you're there for a brief moment, you set up your attack and you do it right away. Okay, it's like if you're on a single leg, you don't play the single leg. You're not down there groveling like for a single leg for like 6 minutes, you know what I mean? You get in there and you're working the whole time. That's how I think about single leg X too, because this can get to be a very heavy position to support the person from. The number one way people will make you uncomfortable is they'll make the leg that you're controlling very, very heavy. So right now, it's comfortable for me because Professor's other knee is down. That means all his weight's over there. And this leg is pretty light. There's like no weight in it. What somebody who's experienced will do is they'll start to turn and they'll start to put weight on this side and they'll grab your collars and they'll start to pressure in and then they'll take the foot off the hip. And then before you know it, like you can't even barely play the position, okay? So when I get in this position, all I'm thinking about as far as maintenance is making sure his weight stays off of this leg. If he's on one knee, it's pretty easy, okay? I'm just kind of extending my foot that's on the ribs right here. That's what this is for. It's a leg press to keep his leg light, okay? So I'm constantly creating tension on his ribs here. And then this leg that's inside is also pushing his hips. So I've got this little like control right here and it's constantly pushing his hips off of this leg. And this allows me the ability to underhook, to start to sit up and stand at base. That's why I can do all this stuff. It's because I'm keeping all his weight over there, okay? As he starts to stand, it gets more difficult, all right? When he stands, I need to work even more with my legs to push his weight off of me, but I need to rock onto my right hip. So let's rotate this way. So I'm extending with this and this, but watch me rock on my right hip, look. Like this. Try to stand up and put weight on me. So I'm doing like this, okay? And this is gonna allow me to reach through and grab double pants. I'm gonna be able to underhook if I want. I can come back and tilt from here. I can start to attack a lot of things and not mess with his balance, but the concept remains the same of keep the leg that you're controlling as light as possible. Don't let him put weight on it, okay? And that's why when we were doing this entry from here, drop to both knees please. When we were going here, that's why we put our hand on the ribs and we don't just put our foot here. We're going to single leg X on this side over here, but all of his weight is here. So the first thing we're doing to enter is pushing all his weight off of this side, making his leg light, and then capping it by putting our foot on his ribs. And now he can't come back, and I have a nice single leg X, okay? So what I want you guys to do is just get into this position, single leg X. Your partner's gonna stand and try to put weight on it, and you're gonna have to extend your legs and stay on your right hip and don't let him bend the leg. We're just gonna do this for a couple minutes so I can watch you guys, and then we're gonna go into a little bit more attacking from here and stuff. But I want you guys to understand this and frame it this way, because a lot of times we just think it looks like this. Like we put our foot here, and this is the position, but there's a lot of subtleties going on from here, okay? So do you guys have any questions about this position before we try this a little bit? One more time? Okay. So look, I'm here, I have my foot on the ribs. This is for extending, keeping this leg light. And I have my foot underneath tucked so that I can extend it to his hips like this. The reason I don't take my foot off and put it here, even though it is a very good tool to extend him away, is because if he cups that and grabs it and pulls it out, now I can't often get it back underneath and he can be really insistent on getting close. You see, this leg is completely out of play. Does that make sense? When I hide it here, he can't untuck it, and yeah, it's not as effective at extending, but it's always gonna be there for me to keep him away, okay? So I'm extending with my legs, and I'm rocking into my hips. So look how I'm flat on my back, he starts to stand. Yeah, I'm getting onto my side like this, and I can really feel my leg working here. And I can put my foot here for a little bit if I want, but I need to hide it if he goes to tuck it, okay? Just try this a little bit. I'm gonna walk around and watch you. This is kind of another like little boring part, but very important part of keeping single leg X, okay? Let's go, 1, 2, 3.